Now let's hop in and talk about some of the beta feedback. For those of you guys that do not know, there was a beta feedback form. People who had the Madden 23 beta could respond to this form and give feedback about the game in order for them to make some changes before the official release date. And the number one change that players wanted was to actually don't drastically change the game / leave coverage reaction time alone. For those of you guys that did not have your hands on the Madden 23 beta, the reaction time for coverages was pretty freaking crazy. It was very, very fast. The defense should be much improved this year. But EA responded by saying that this was the number one feedback that they have received. And they said, rest assured, Madden community, our vision of game balance is consistent with yours, and the gameplay you experience in the closed beta is what you'll be playing on launch day. There have been some polished, added to bugs, and fixed from players' feedback to make it even better, but the overall experience will be what you played in the closed beta. Personally, I think this could end up being a pretty good change. I honestly really enjoyed the gameplay in the beta, and I thought it was pretty damn good. There were definitely some bugs and stuff that needed to be fixed, but as long as they fix them like they said they would, I think it could end up being a pretty good game. There's still a lot of things they have to do in like different game modes, like franchise mode, but I think the gameplay was actually kind of enjoyable in the beta. If you guys did play the Madden 23 beta, let me know how you guys thought the gameplay was down in the comments. Next up, we have the second most upvoted thing, which is refs being on the field. I honestly think this is a super dumb thing for people to ask for. Yes, it should be in the game, but also there's way more things that they should be doing before adding a couple refs onto the field. I think that's just something stupid. I have respect though for EA for not treating us like we're 5 this time and actually explaining that there's like visual issues if they were to put refs on the field, so I think that's a pretty good response. Next up, we have play awareness, which is too easy to run the same plays over and over again. EA actually responded to this by saying, we've made a number of changes since the closed beta to bring more balance to gameplay. We believe these changes will bring more variety to play calling, but we want to hear from you, our community, when the game launches to let us know how you feel about these changes. Each of these implemented changes may be further tuned via a Madden 23 title update. It says logic added, so when defensive backs are playing linebacker positions, they will have a slower reaction to the run game. Remove the ability to hot route tight ends to a pass block assignment when in a 2-point wide receiver stance. Adjusted the corner route in bunch formations and the corner hot route in the hot route master and slot apprentice abilities to align with other corner routes throughout the playbooks. And finally, made improvements to man coverage pre-snap alignment versus bunch formations. My only issue with this part is that they made defensive backs playing linebacker positions to have slower reaction time to the run game. So this is stupid. I don't understand why this is a thing, because why would we be penalized for having a linebacker in the box? What linebacker has a slower reaction time to the run game just because they're playing in the box? I'm pretty sure that's not how it realistically works, so I don't know why that's a thing in the game. Players wouldn't have to have defensive backs and safeties in the box though playing linebacker positions if it wasn't for how they made linebackers play. This wouldn't be an issue if they made linebackers actually jump, not as much as a safety, but kind of like a safety. I don't want like the same unrealistic crap from like Madden 19 where linebackers would jump like 12 feet in the air, but at least let them jump just a little bit in order for us to make some user picks. Next up, we have pulling linemen are too slow / too indecisive. So, this says tuning and AI changes were made to make polling linemen be more explosive through the line of scrimmage. And on top of the foundational improvements, you'll have to keep an eye on the speed rating of the polling linemen, as slower O-lines could force you to lay off the acceleration mechanic while he navigates, and faster O-lines will allow you to get through quicker, allowing you to accelerate sooner on the play. This really isn't anything too noticeable, I guess, just some tuning changes to some polling O-linemen. However, this one is pretty damn notable. This is pass blocking isn't strong enough / too many insta-sheds. If you guys did not know, in the beta, the pass rush was pretty freaking crazy. It says, as noted in the closed beta gridiron notes, there was a bug causing super wins to trigger too frequently early in the closed beta, which was a primary contributor to the overpowered feeling. Looking at overall defensive gameplay, having a powerful pass rush is critical to the balance of the game, and the pass rush at launch is still going to be more powerful than it was in Madden 22. I love that they took this stance on this. Pass rush in the real NFL, you have like 3 seconds to get the ball out. You do not have much time at all to get the ball out. I think this is a great change. It'll make things a little bit more realistic. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments though, but this should help like with Michael Vick running around like crazy. You guys have all seen those videos on TikTok and Instagram, whatever, of Michael Vick running around the pocket for 5 minutes in Madden. This hopefully shouldn't happen anymore. And now we have a couple more things that they've touched on here. It says user interceptions aren't always responsive. It says tuning to catch animations to increase range for jumping interceptions, and tuning to significantly decrease situations where the player is requesting play ball without seeing the corresponding animation response. This is good. I do remember having a couple of user interception problems, so this should hopefully be a little bit fixed. We also have man coverage fakeouts are too frequent. tuning to significantly reduce the frequency of fakeouts by man coverage defenders, and added new logic so the fakeouts could be used in super win situations where the ratings delta is heavily in favor of the wide receiver. This one is definitely very impactful though. This is too many fumbles. They said they tuned to significantly reduce fumble chance on quarterback hits inside of the pocket, tuning to significantly reduce fumble chance on QB hits while in the early portion of the throw, tuning to reduce fumbles by non-quarterback ball carriers on hit stick and strip ball attempts, and significant reduction to the punch-out fumbles by AI-controlled defenders during stand-up tackles on competitive game style. That is huge. Although they only said AI defenders, if you ran into a tackle battle, if you guys don't know, we have tackle battles back in the game from like Madden 18, Madden 19, but tackle battles, if you just spam R1 with your user going into a tackle battle, you're going to get the ball. It's going to be a punch-out animation if the offender, the offensive guy, does not end up winning the tackle battle or goes down. So we'll see how balanced this actually is. I feel like there still will be a lot of fumble chances, but we don't really know until we get our hands on the game. We also have brand new hit stick varieties, I guess, because they said not enough hit stick variety, but now there's 27 new hit stick animations that have been added for launch, and most of the existing animations have been updated to make them look / behave differently. I love this a lot. I want to absolutely blow my opponent up with some hit sticks. Hopefully there are some pretty sweet ones. I honestly don't even care if there's a hit stick animation that's unrealistic. I just want to take my anger out of my opponent, man. Before we hop into some other gameplay changes, we have 2 more beta changes. This said wide receivers should win more contested catches and mismatches. It says tuning to increase catch success for wide receivers in contested catch situations when in a mismatch, and logic added to include wide receiver physical attributes such as height to play a more significant role in the success of contested catches. I think this could end up being good as long as it's not Madden 16 levels of contested catches. And also, this right here says skill-based passing can be difficult to understand. It's very, very simple once you play 2 minutes of the game. It's pretty self-explanatory for the most part. I don't even know why this is on the list, but you will, they said, when you guys first log into the game, you'll have the opportunity to play through an onboarding flow to learn more about the new passing system. It's really easy to understand once you guys get the hang of it. Don't worry about that. And by the way, with the new passing system, you guys can turn it off if you guys want pretty easily in the settings. You guys can change the sensitivity. Honestly, I think the entire just change of the passing system is great. You can actually put the ball where you guys want it instead of leaving it in EA's hands, which we all know is good because we do not want to leave anything in EA's hands. We do also have some franchise changes, but I'll be touching on those in another video coming soon to the channel. So again, make sure you guys subscribe. Now I'm just going to touch on some other confirmed gameplay stuff that we have coming, along with some frequently asked questions. So those of you guys that are trying to decide whether you guys want to get Madden 23 or not, no, we do not have crossplay, and no, this game will not be coming to the Nintendo Switch. I know a lot of people have been asking with MLB The Show, now having it on Nintendo Switch and having crossplay. And yes, we do have the gritty coming to the game. They spent time on putting the gritty into Madden 23, I guess, so yeah, we'll have gritty in the game. It sounds like the motion capture team for Madden ended up posting that on their TikTok. We also have brand new throwing styles coming to the game. Yes, this is confirmed. This is from Muttleaks on Twitter, who is actually legit. But we have plenty of new QB throwing styles into the game. I think this is a good step forward, and hopefully we can get some brand new wide receiver route running in the game, wide receiver patterns, running back patterns, just to make stuff more realistic like actual NFL players. I don't want like Devontae Adams running the same routes as like Keenan Allen or something. They both are great route runners, but they shouldn't be running the same exact way. We also have a brand new presentation with a brand new scoreboard, as you guys can see on the screen right now. It's pretty much just the same thing as Madden 22, except now the screen is white instead of black like it was last year. So I guess you really shouldn't call it brand new. Something that is actually amazing though that was in the beta, and I really do hope it comes to online play because it was not an online play in the beta, but this is the touchdown animation that is on the screen right now. This is amazing. This was in offline games only, but if they put this on online head-to-head or like in MUT or something, online franchises, this would be beautiful. This looks so good. Please put this in online game modes.